What we're going to do now is add a second sprite so that we can have a conversation between the bug and this bug here, which is baby bug. So we're going to add baby bug, which should be in your file. We obviously need to change the size of that as we did before, shrink it down using the shrink tool. Keep shrinking until it's just slightly smaller than the other bug. What we've got to do now is turn it around. So right click on it and rotate the sprite. And just on the side you've got a little button that can let you turn it around. And you can see it goes upside down. What we need to do is just go over to where the name is and put the arrows from left to right, and that should set it about right. What we're going to do now is just copy this, and as we did before, we have to put a mouth in so that when we change the costume, the mouth will actually move. So just draw a little rectangle and drag it down, and then choose the colour picker and get a medium colour as we did before and fill it in, and that should be done. Now each costume should make the mouth move, which is good. Next, we should have to move our sprite, our character, and think about where they're going to move. They're going to move along this onion. Think about the last position that you want your character to be in. As we did before, we can set the position when the green flag is clicked. So if you double click and click on the sprite, it changes the position when it goes to. So green flag, and go and get a motion block. Pick up a motion block, make sure it's double clicked, and then give it a test. And we want the character to move up towards the other bug, don't we? So when green flag is clicked, we wanted to move up over the onion to the big bad bug. And we wanted to have a conversation, so we wanted to say a second sentence. So let's just give it a quick name, baby bug. And let's think about where it's going to move to. It's going to move to here. So let's double click and make sure we've got the glide to. So we double click on it and it will set the position, and it will move over the onion. Now in the ladybug, we have to do something rather special. Now you can pause it here if you want and rewind, but at the end of this sentence, when it said something, we have to do this special block. And a special block is called a broadcast, because this bug here is going to say something to this bug here. And we have to say something back to have a conversation. So we're going to broadcast. And we're going to broadcast a new thing, and we're going to call it sentence 2, because we've already had sentence 1. So we're going to call this sentence 2. And this is very super important, because once they've said everything and they've done everything in the first sentence, baby bug needs to say something back. So this block here, when I receive sentence 2, you have to say something back. And we're going to glide up to big bad bug across the onion and say something to him. And he just called him Buster. So we're going to say something back. Now we don't have to do everything again. Instead, we can just split this block here, right click, and duplicate, and it means we have another set of blocks. We don't have to do it again. We drag it over to baby bug and drop it in there. Put this one back and go into baby bug, and it's there as if by magic. Put it together and we're ready to make the next sentence. So let's give this a test. You can double click on when I receive, or we could just type straight into the sentence, who are you calling Buster? I'm going to put something extra in here. An extra sentence, an extra word. Buster. Who are you calling Buster? Buster. And change that to 1 second. What we can do now is just give it a quick test and make sure it works. You make sure all your blocks are copied. You can rewind this film and make sure your blocks are fixed. Let's hit spacebar, green flag, and set them all off. Hit spacebar. Big Bad Bug should say something. Hey there, Buster. And it should automatically move.